Hello, my friends, and welcome. It's Scott Harris here, the Ultimate Coach, stopping by to share with you this short and powerful video that's not only about the history of coaching, but it's also about the impact that one-to-one coaching can have in your life. You know, human beings have known for centuries the advantage and the benefits that come to your life from standing on the shoulders of the giants that have gone before us. From as long ago as Aristotle being coached by Plato and Plato being mentored by Socrates, human beings have known the impact that mentoring and one-to-one tuition can have in your growth, your development, and your results. The actual definition of the word coaching comes from an Hungarian word to talk about transporting somebody from where they are to where they'd like to be. It's actually a Hungarian word about what describes a coach, a thing that actually moves somebody forward. And so for me, coaching is an obvious and profound way to really transform and speed up the results you want in your life. If you think about science and history and the discovery of oceans and moons and stars and planets, you know, the great people that have gone before us have really set up an incredible platform where we can be coached and mentored in our own lives to move forward. In sports, whether you like the Olympics or any particular ball sport where there's a guy running after another guy or any particular field of endeavor, there's almost always behind a successful result some powerful, intuitive, intelligent, cohesive coaching that causes the best results to happen. In fact, rarely do you see somebody receive an award or triumph in a particular sport without actually thanking and honoring the person who coached and mentored them towards great results. Outside of those fields of science and sports, in business, serially successful entrepreneurs like Sir Richard Branson, who I've had the unique privilege now of working with and meeting numerous times in my career, is someone who was coached and mentored by a man called Freddie Laker. You know, the one and only Bill Gates, one of the world's most successful people, has been and continues to be coached by the one and only Warren Buffett. And indeed, Tony Robbins, the world's peak performance motivator around the world, has been coached in business for many years by a man called Peter Drucker. And all of those people know the power of success that can happen in their life from getting one-to-one coaching and tuition. In my own life, you know, years and years ago, I used to sell coffee and muffins. That's right, some of you don't know that about me. And I was very blessed and fortunate to be coached by a man who I thought was quite mature. He was in his mid-40s, which is about the age that I am now. And he was one of the very first people in our country to have an international fast food franchise. Which 30 years ago, 25 years ago, does not seem like the obvious idea that it is right now. And he was able to coach and mentor me to create some phenomenal success, where the business that I was in was ranked 17th in our company list. And to be clear, 17th was the worst. We had 17 stores. And very quickly, I was able to have my store become the number 2 store in the entire country because of the coaching and mentoring I was receiving from this profoundly intelligent and wise man. When I hit my late 20s and I entered into personal development, I really made a decision that my life that I was living was not the life that I wanted. It was good, it looked successful, it had some financial success to it, but I was busy, I was overworked, I was overstressed, I was not taking care of my body, I was not taking care of my relationships. And so I made a decision that I wanted to be an athlete. And my friends were like, Scott, you're 28. That ship has sailed. I said, no, I'm going to be an athlete. And I remember watching something on TV called the Ironman Triathlon. I said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that thing right there. And I went out and hired a coach. I hired a man who was 7 times national champion. He was Australia's triathlete of the decade 25 years ago. And after a lot of emotional energy, a lot of time, and a lot of financial investment, I convinced him to coach me. And within a very short period of time, less than 14 months, I was able to stand at the starting line of the World Ironman Championships, representing my country in my little green and gold outfit, and I did something that to this day is one of the proudest things in my entire life. In my personal development career, you know, I've coached and mentored tens of thousands of people around the world, and I've spoken on stage with just about everybody you could possibly imagine, from small, intimate events that are a week long in Fiji to 7, 8, 10,000 people in Poland, in London, in the United States. I've worked with Tony Robbins and Jay Abraham and Richard Branson and Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki, the list goes on. But certainly in my own life, professionally, I've had the gift and the good fortune of being coached and mentored one-to-one by the one and only Tony Robbins, to the point now where not only have we become friends, but I now have the opportunity to coach and mentor Tony's clients for him. And I tell you that story because it's allowed me, a kid from Frankston, which if you know where that is, it's not the best part of the world to come from, allowed a kid who was so bad at high school that I was asked to leave, allowed a kid who went to 3 different universities and failed at all 3 different universities across 3 different states. It's allowed that kid to create a pretty cool quality of life, where we live in a multi-million-dollar home and we have a multi-million-dollar property portfolio. I'm married to the most amazing, sophisticated, charming, sexy, funny person I've ever met in my entire life. We have 4 beautiful children that keep us on our toes all day, every day. And we get to do work that nourishes our soul and supports us financially and impacts other people. And I share that with you, not to impress you, but to impress upon you the power of coaching in your life. And so I'd love to help you. And here's how that works. You know, I've been lucky enough to be able to choose and handpick some people to work with over the years. And I'm very proud of the results we've created in our one-on-one clients. You know, I've had a lady who came to me for coaching, and we were able to take her income from $65,000 a year to $350,000 a year, which for some people is an extraordinary quality of income. I had one man who had an online business and he was generating $10,000 a month. And we were helping him through coaching and mentoring and some very specific techniques to start to generate 10 times that amount. That's right, $100,000 a month, which now you start to get to be comfortable. I've coached people who are doing property deals. I coached one lady who was able to do, on her very first deal, she netted $520,000 of cash. Now, I didn't coach her on the property strategy. I coached and mentored her on the psychology and the emotions and the identity that you need to have to cope with all those zeros. Right now, I'm currently coaching 2 men who have $500 million industries, and one's looking to sell that and one's looking to float it as an IPO, one here in Australia, one overseas. And I'm coaching them again on their psychology and their identity of being able to be who they need to be to create those $500 million cash returns. Outside of business and money, I love to coach people in their relationships. I coached one couple who'd been together for almost 10 years, but kind of stuck. You know, they weren't married and they sort of broken up a few times and got back together a few times. And I coached them for about a 6-month period. And very quickly in that period, the gentleman involved got down on one knee and asked the only question that you can ask on one knee. And she said yes. And fast forward a couple of years, their life has been transformed and it's amazing. And I feel very proud about the impact I was able to have in their relationship. I also believe in separation too. I believe in if you've married the wrong person or you've outgrown that person, I love to coach people to elegantly and kindly and with sophistication and dignity be able to move through that relationship and into their next relationship. And more than anything, I think the power of coaching that I like to bring, that Scott Harris likes to bring to people's lives, is to really help them find that balance between great financial success, great emotional success and fulfillment within yourself, great relationship success, and hopefully maybe even some health success in there as well to create that beautiful balance. You know, most people try to learn by trial and error. There's almost in this country an identity of pride that comes with working things out for yourself, and I kind of think that's a little bit stupid. I think let's get some coaching and mentoring in your life. So here's my opportunity, if you will. If you're still watching this video right now, it tells me something about you. It tells me that you're extraordinary. It tells me that you're hungry and ready for that next step. It tells me that you're looking for more. And whether we've met personally or whether we're about to meet personally, I'd love to extend this offer to you. Every year I take 10 people that I like to work with one-on-one directly. There's a significant investment of time. It's a minimum commitment of 6 months. 6 months working every 7 to 10 days together to really start to transform your life. It's a significant financial investment. There's some investment capital that you need to put forward to show you're committed to your results. There's a significant energy investment, an energy that says, I'm ready to play. I only want to work with people who are committed to achieving extraordinary quality results. So if you're looking to take your life to the next level, if you're looking to unleash the person inside of you that needs to be unleashed, if you feel like that some of the areas in your life are going great and some of the other areas are not going quite so great, I think that this could be the call to action that your spirit and your soul and your gut needs right now. So if that's you, here's my request. My request is simply do this. There is a link that's going to pop up on this page right now. I'd love you to click on it to see if you're qualified. Here's what that link is going to do. All it's going to do is ask you a couple of questions to see if you're qualified, to see if you're the person that is going to be a good fit for me emotionally and physically, and are we going to be able to coach with each other and really create great results for you. And if you are, you're going to get a phone call from one of my team very, very quickly, and we'll book in some time for you and I to connect one-on-one on the phone or via Skype or through technology, because I'd love to meet with you to really take your life to the next level. Now, if this is not for you, If your life is awesome and perfect and amazing and it needs no other improvement, if you're not yet ready to transform your life, if you're not yet looking to increase your finances or increase your life balance, I'm totally cool with that. Sometimes it's taken me years to move forward on things. Sometimes in my own life, I've struggled for almost a decade with something. So if you're not ready, I'm completely okay with that. I wish you the awesome quality life that you deserve and desire to have. But for those of you who are ready, click the link. Let's see if you're qualified. Let's see if we're a match. And I'd love to help support you in creating for you the absolute dream life that you deserve. Until we get to speak on the phone personally, this is Scott Harris, your ultimate coach, saying thank you for sharing these few minutes with me. Live very deliberately, and bye for now.